Okay, so there are other effects. There's not just these opacity effects. There are also this menu of effects here and the effects window. And there's one called drop shadow, which I'm sure you're all very, very familiar with. They can look terrible really, really easily, actually, but that one looks pretty cool already. That already starts to look a little bit cool. I don't mind that one. But one thing you can do, so I've already created a drop shadow effect, but I can go back into the effects window here. And if I click on any one of these names here, a pop-up appears. Now I have the drop shadow selected by clicking on the checkbox. But then if I want to now, say for instance, I'm in the transparency selection here, I actually have to click on the word drop shadow in order to actually access the different, I can to modify it. That's the word. So one thing I like doing personally is I like changing the opacity. Not making it quite so, but in this case it looks kind of cool black. But if you do want to change the opacity, or you can also, sometimes it's nice to kind of just make it go out a bit, so it's a little bit more. Not so harsh, but that kind of looks cool. If you did like a black and like the size is 0, it looks very much like a duplicate. So that actually looks kind of really cool in this case. So you can play with that. There's lots we can do. You can also change the color by clicking on that little color swatch here, and that will actually give you all your swatches. Or I just discovered this, you get all the colors right there. I thought that was super cool. So play with that as well. Access that here. So you can access the different color way of accessing colors that way. Obviously, there are other types of effects here. Play with them. Most of them are super ugly, but as soon as they're selected, you can unselect them. You want to modify them, you have to select the actual um, label here. And then once I get I've satisfied, you can always go back and you can access them that way. You can also clear all transparencies, or you can also clear all effects. So if I had the drop shadow effect and I also had a transparency, it would do them independently of each other. So that's really, really handy. In the next video, I want to show you a little bit more with the gradient tool and some other things.